Hi guys, it's Igor here from Street Hypnosis. I'd like to take a few moments today to talk with you about why it is that we do what we do. If you're anything like me, then you probably started doing hypnosis because you're looking for some kind of an edge to persuade others, to help others, or perhaps to fix something in your own life, and all these things are fantastic things to be aiming for. I'd like to share a story with you though that changed my whole perception of hypnosis and why it is that I do what I do right now. Over 10 years ago now, I saw a program on British television. It was a magician who was blending magic and hypnosis to do all kinds of interesting acts and stunts with people on the streets. The people were amazed and I was very entertained by it. But then something very interesting happened. In one of these little demonstrations, he went to a prison for teenage boys. These were 16, 17, 18-year-old boys who were the kind of tough street kids that life had given up on. As soon as he walked in the room, you could tell these people were too cool for school, they were leaning back, they were really not that interested, that kind of thing. Within 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes of him starting his demonstrations, the whole thing transformed. Those boys who had given up on themselves suddenly were enthused, inspired, their minds were wide open. They saw life in a very different way. Now at that point, there was a tremendous opportunity for something transformational to occur. I could see the moment just pausing and waiting there. But the magician did not take it. When I saw that moment, I thought to myself, what a waste. What a shame. He could really have taken those boys and changed their life. Their complete life path could have been different in that one instant. But he didn't do it. That moment really stuck inside my mind. So, that night, I bought the domain on the internet called Street Hypnosis, which you're now very familiar with. And the purpose of that was to try and recreate those exact same moments again, only this time, rather than just leaving them hanging there, than just doing what was very natural to do, to say the right thing, to do the right thing, to really make a difference. This whole idea then evolved into what we now call using hypnosis as a force for good. And I'm very proud to tell you that it's not just something that I've managed to do with my friends, the people in my life, and sometimes random strangers that I come across. It's something that all of you have been doing as well. We receive emails every week that tell us about how you've managed to transform someone else's life. We've had people with heartbreaking stories of how they've helped someone through a terminal illness, even to help them say goodbye. We've had encouraging stories where people have sat in airport lounges next to people with flying phobias and totally transformed them before they even got on the plane. And as wonderful as these stories are, the ones that I think are the most amazing of them all are the ones that people just throw out as a passing comment. The ones where a parent talks about how much better their children are doing. The one where an executive or a manager talks about how his team has totally come on in a different way. The one where school teachers suddenly transform their classroom and things somehow become easier. You see, these small acts of day-to-day magic, shall we say, a little wonder that you can present to someone else, they add up. And when they add up, they really make a difference, not in just one person's life, but in so many people's lives. So I'd like to encourage you today to go out there and whatever level of hypnosis skills you have, whether it's small or large, start playing with it now. Start making an ambition in your life that you can use hypnosis as a force for good all around you. And then watch as around you, slowly but surely, these circles of influences start expanding. And you get to transform someone's life. When you do that for the first time, you will know how good it feels to really touch someone else's life and do something amazing with it. And with these skills that you're developing right now, you will have a toolkit that allow you to say the right thing, do the right thing, and really transform a moment that could take someone down the wrong path and really be that point in time that they'll tell others about when their life totally turned around. So as you go on your own path, using hypnosis in whatever way that you've come here to learn how to use it, I encourage you to add into it this one little thing. using hypnosis as a force for good. When you add that to the mix, not only does your influence rise, not only does your ability to succeed rise, but you'll start having a feeling inside, and you'll start realizing that your life has become more meaningful and more worthwhile because you've now become a force for good in other people's lives. So that's hypnosis as a force for good. Please do go out there and think about it. And then whenever you get a chance, a little voice in the back who says, now might be the right time, I suspect it will be. So go ahead and enjoy your skills in using them in a brand new way.